mixer out of the mix, using this mixer and with the iron fries. So it's gonna be awesome. I don't know. I'm really thinking that should possibly their XLR.
New pitcher on. New pitcher on. New pitcher on the mound for the Tarp Skunks. It is going to be Austin Kalsek. Austin Kalsek hailing from Goodyear, Arizona, the senior from Grand Canyon University, 6'2", 150 pounds, tall and lanky, but he's looking to see if he can continue and keep the Lizards to a big fat goose egg. So that way the Tarp Skunks can get in and possibly reclaim the lead for the second time today. It's going to be Stuckley, Curtis, and Booth for the Lizards. But it's Matty G here with you, ready to take over the play-by-play.
Yeah, the final line for Ahlstrom, 2 innings pitched, 4 runs, all 4 earned, 4 hits, 1K, 2 walks.
And that is a swing and a miss for Kalsek's first pitch of his outing. And the next pitch looked like he squared to bunt, but he held back, and that pitch is low. The count's now 1-1. And this pitch is going to be lined out into center field. Easy play for Harpalani. Can of corn play, and there is one away.
You like to see that to start the inning. Settle into a rhythm, get the first out.
Absolutely you do. Absolutely you do, and that is going to bring up Curtis. His first pitch is going to be low and away for ball 1.
1-0 the count. We do want to go ahead and extend some apologies out for the technical issues. Hopefully we do have them worked out. Apparently the internet went out in our area here for a short period of time, which caused some connection issues. But we should be back and good to go.
That pitch was away for 2-0. Yeah, we've had consistent technical errors. We're trying to fix them as best we can, but we're kind of running on the fly as that pitch is lined softly over to Matranga, an easy line out for Curtis. And now all of a sudden, we're looking at a possible 1-2-3 inning for Austin Kalsek.
Yeah, Kalsek's come in and just right away started attacking the hitters. 2 up, 2 down.
And that is going to bring up Booth here as his first pitch from Kalsek. The kick and delivery is just low, just below the knees. Counts 1-0.
Yeah, for Booth, grounded out to end the first inning. It's a ground out to Matranga.
And the pitch, grounder over to short, fielded by McLean Banks, the fire, and he's going to end the third inning as well. A 1-2-3 inning for Austin Kalsek. That's exactly what you want to see if you're a Tarp Skunks fan. Tarp Skunks looking to go back to their hitting ways from the first inning, scoring 3 runs, looking to see if they can add more onto that. When we come back, it's the Lizards 4, the Tarp Skunks 3. Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Prevention Works and Casa Trinity. Prevention Works in Jamestown, New York provides substance use prevention and social, emotional, learning, and intervention services since 1974. Casa Trinity is dedicated to empowering those on their path to recovery. Hope begins here, and recovery is possible. Both Prevention Works and Casa Trinity are pairing up to educate communities on the dangers of fentanyl that's getting too close to home. One pill is enough to kill, especially if it contains fentanyl. It only takes 2 milligrams to take a life, which equates to the tip of a pencil. Be proactive and protect your loved ones by learning more. Visit DEA.gov/onepill if you think someone you know is at risk, or call 716-664-3608.
Coming up for the Tarp Skunks is going to be
Hey,
Yeah, that one up in the shoulder neck area. That's dangerous territory to get hit by a pitch. Hopefully, at least he appears to be okay. Hopefully that remains the same.
luckily, as I said, it was off speed, so it shouldn't hurt as much. Maybe a little bruise, but that is going to bring up DJ Stoyanovich.
Said like a true pitcher.
As Stojanovich's first pitch is going to be hitting the inside corner for strike one.
Just rub some dirt on it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, walk it off. You're
There
fine.
you go. Stoyanovich singled and scored in his first at bat.
As Martos comes set and delivers, and that pitch is going to be inside. Almost hit him in the ankles. The runner took off on the pitch. Doyle took off, and he was easily into second base as there was no throw. So now 1-1 the count, nobody on. Stoyanovich looking to see if he can add to that damage, possibly make it first and third, maybe drive that run in with a ball to the outfield, as that pitch is going to be fouled back to the backstop just underneath us. But his count is now 1-2.
Yeah, and this is a manager's nightmare when your pitcher gives up a leadoff walk and then steals the second base. You know, you're basically giving 380 feet and putting a runner in scoring position.
The 1-2 pitch, Martos delivers. Inside again. Martos really living on that inside corner, trying to establish that inside and try to work outside, not working to his favor at the current moment. 2-2 the count to Stoyanovich. Martos comes set, and the pitch. Inside, count is now full. This is the third pitch this at-bat that Stoyanovich has had to do a little Michael Jackson back dance move.
Well, Stoyanovich crowding the plate. They're trying to get him to back off the plate.
As that pitch is lined up the middle for a seeing eye single, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Doyle around third. He is going to hold. The pitch was hit just a little bit too quickly for Doyle to be able to make the hard move around third to score. But now it's runners on the corners, and that's going to bring up Tommy Schroeder for the Skunks. So first and third, nobody out. The infield, the middle infield is in double play depth, looking to see if they can make it 2 quick outs off of Schroeder as his first pitch from Martos, swing and a miss. Martos comes set. He's got the sign he likes, and the delivery runner goes, and the throw is going to be going into second. But the tag was a little late. Stojanovic is going to be into second with a stolen base. Kind of an interesting scenario. Normally on first and third, you just let that runner go if he takes off. But the catcher, Snyder, threw that ball down. They thought they had Stojanovic dead to rights, but he's in there with a stolen base.
Snyder had a great throw just to the wrong side of the bag, gave Stojanovic an extra half a second to hit the back of the bag.
That pitch is inside. A good block there by Snyder. The count is now 2-1. And it is now two runners in scoring position with nobody out for the Skunks, looking like a very similar scenario to what they had in the first inning. Mardos comes set, and the 2-1 is going to be behind Thomas Schroeder. Schroeder didn't even move. If that was right at him, he was prepared to take that one to the hip. But the pitch ends up going behind him, and the count is now 3-1. Mardo's been consistently way inside over the course of his outing so far today. As his 3-1 pitch is going to be chopped foul down the first base line. The count is now full to Thomas Schroeder.
Yeah, Martos, in a gem of his own making, hit batter, two stolen bases and a base hit. We're just at the third batter of the inning.
So Mardos comes set. And the payoff pitch to Schroeder. Swung on and fouled back. It's going to hit the press box. Luckily, on the other side, we don't have to worry about that for now. But we'll do it again.
You know, before the game, I did dig a foxhole right underneath the desk, so anything that's coming my way, you know.
You can just duck down. And the second payoff pitch. Swung on and lined over in the left field, and that is going to get down for a base hit. The ball is bobbled out by Rogers, and that is going to score two. Schroeder comes into second, and it's going to be a standing double for Thomas Schroeder. A two-run RBI double for Thomas Schroeder, and all of a sudden, on one swing of the bat, the Tarp Skunks have retaken the lead. The score is 5-4.
That was an excellent piece of hitting. Staying back in the box, keeping his hands level, taking a pitch waist high and driving it down the third base line, scoring 2 runs.
It was almost like that hit ended up summoning them, but there is now action in the Lizards bullpen as that brings up Aiden Wallace with a runner on second and nobody out. 5-4 Skunks favor. As Wallace's first pitch, it's going to be low and outside.
Wallace in his first at-bat singled and scored 2, was stranded at second when Sauger struck out, but already with 2 RBI looking to add more.
And the 1-0. It's going to be in the dirt. Counts now 2-0.
Noah Brooks on deck.
Mardos comes set. And the 2-0 pitch. Still missing the zone. Mardos looking a little rattled, shaking his head at himself as the count's now 3-0. If you're Wallace, do you get the green light here?
Yeah, why not?
As the pitch he had the green light, but that was going to be swung on and fouled back. Yeah, that's a souvenir for a lucky fan.
That pitch was coming in a little bit too quick. Yeah, 3-0. Normally you'd want to go ahead and pull the green light on, but you got a runner at second. There's nobody out. It doesn't hurt you to swing, even if you put contact on the ground. Chances are you're going to get the runner over to third, at the very least.
3-1 the count. Mardos checks the runner and the pitch. Swung on and grounded right back at Mardos, and it's going to get into center field for a base hit. Schroeder's going to take off and around third, and he will score easily. And it is another RBI for Aiden Wallace, an RBI single right up the middle.
Nice piece of hitting again, just taking a fastball straight back up the middle. Martos made an attempt, but just too hard underneath the glove, and that's now 3 consecutive batters for the Tarp Skunks that have scored. Aiden Wallace now on first and still with nobody out.
Noah Brooks now to the plate. Noah Brooks hailing from Siena College from Palmyra, New York, just east of Rochester. So semi-local. Martos comes set, checks the runner. And the first pitch to Brooks is going to be on the outside corner, called strike one. Brooks, an undeclared major. He is a freshman. In high school, he spent 5 years on the varsity squad, something you don't see every day. Varsity as an 8th grader. As his pitch also goes behind him. Schroeder ended up seeing a pitch like that similarly, and Marjos is showing signs of frustration. He has his face in his glove, and you can tell he is cussing himself out right now, trying to say, come on, you do better. You know better than that.
Yeah, and the Lizards are going to need him to go a long distance. They only have 7 pitchers on their roster.
As this pitch is fouled backward, and the count's now 1-2.
They've already gone through the first 2 on their roster, both Kinney brothers. At this rate, someone's going to have to strap on a feed bag and go the distance here.
And the 1-2 pitch from Martos swung on and missed. And Noah Brooks goes down on strikes as the first out of the inning. Still not, the Skunks not in too terrible of a position right now, as they still have they have put 3 runs across this inning alone, and there's still only 1 out. Wallace off first. And the pitch to Sauger goes over his head, and that's going to go to the backstop, and Wallace is going to trot into second. It's a wild pitch. You could almost call Marjos Wild Thing, as there has now been 3 batters that he has faced where the ball has either gone above or behind the batter himself. Sauger struck out his last at-bat, looking to see if he can break his streak of 4 straight strikeouts. As the 1-0 swung on and hit high and deep into left center field, but Johnson is going to camp underneath it at the warning track, and that is going to be a fly out. Wallace will hold at second, saying, that's my bad. I should have tagged. I didn't know how many outs there were. But Sauger had a great piece of hitting there. If he hits that more towards either of the corners, that might have gone out.
Yeah, he hit that one out to the Schultz sign, which you have to figure is about 385 just on the warning track. So showing a lot of power, just a little bit too straight.
And that is going to bring up Connor Kiefer to the plate with a runner on second and 2 outs here. Skunks looking to see if they can add some extra insurance. As the first pitch from Martos swung on and hit high and deep into left field. It's going to get over Max's head, but he is going to be able to track it down on the warning track again for the 3rd out. But not before the damage was done. 3 runs for the Skunks and 1 runner left on base. 2 hits in total. As we go to the top of the 4th, the score is now 6-4 Tarp Skunks.
Actually, it should have been 3 hits. Okay, yeah.
We go into the top of the 4th here, and you know, Dre, I got to look at it and say, this has been a pretty chaotic game. Already 1, to 3 lead changes, and we're only in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, this definitely has a 1980s, 1990s American League type ball game feel to it.
First pitch swung on and hit over to Matranga, an easy 4-3 put away. That was Hartman up to the dish, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Maxwell Rogers. Maxwell Rogers, originally from New Jersey, but he has moved over to Bradford, Pennsylvania. He goes to the University of Pittsburgh at Bradford. As the first pitch is swung on, broken bat, right back at Kalsek. Kalsek giving Max some firewood, saying, yeah, go ahead and put that over the fire pit and go ahead and roast some marshmallows over that and have a seat on the pine. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Austin Kalsek, and that is exactly what you want to see if you're a Skunks fan.
Absolutely. That's exactly what you want to see as a manager, too. You know that this is going to be a high-scoring game. Bullpens are going to be active, and right now Kalsek has set down 5 in a row.
And the first pitch to Marsh is going to be in the inside corner, called strike 1. So it's not going to be an immaculate 3-pitch inning for Kalsek, but it's still going to be low as the 0-1 pitch to Marsh just misses the inside corner. A good frame job there by Brooks. And the count is now 1-1.
Yeah, just off the black. The umpire wasn't buying, though.
The 1-1 pitch. Inside as well, counts now 2-1.
And for Marsh, he walked back in the second inning, part of the 3-run outburst by the Lizards.
Lucas Marsh's next pitch is foul back. It's going to hit the press box yet again. Luckily, all these right-handed hitters, we're on their backside, so the odds of them hitting a foul ball at us is fairly low.
You know, the more you say things like that, the more likely they're to move us over to the left side.
Yes, but then I get the chance to save you. The 2-2 swung on and fouled back into the netting.
My own personal Superman.
Of course. I mean, I got the hands for it, and I'm not afraid to put a bruise on him.
Cue up REM.
2-2 the count, 2-2, 2 out. And the pitch from Kalsek. Swung on and chopped over almost like a swinging bunt, but it's going to go foul. And this will be the third 2-2 count that Lucas Marsh will see. Trying to see if he can extend this inning out a little bit, maybe give his pitchers a bit more rest time. Kalsek gets the sign he likes. And the next 2-2. Swung on and fouled back yet again. A lot of these pitchers are putting up a good fight here. Or a lot of these batters are putting up a good fight here. It's good battles all around. I like this type of game. And the Kalsek's very next 2-2. Swung on and fouled yet again. What is that, 5 in a row now?
Let's see. It's got to be, I think we're at pitch number 8 at this point. 3rd or 4th one straight back that I can recall. At this point, they're all blending together, though.
They really are. So we're going to do it yet again. Kalsek to Marsh, the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Kalsek comes on top. They got him. So a 1-2-3 inning for Kalsek. Again, 6 up, 6 down. Kalsek looking to keep that going. The momentum now firmly on the Tarp Skunks side. Score is 6-4 as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
And it looks like, are we going to get Martos again out for another inning?
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Plyler Entry Systems in Jamestown. Plyler Entry Systems has been serving the area since 1967. They are a proud member of the Builders Association of Northwestern Pennsylvania, the Manufacturer and Business Association, and the International Door Association. They offer a wide variety of products from a number of the major manufacturers within the industry. When it comes to doors, they're the experts. Plyler Entry Systems is the proud sponsor of Whiffy, the Jamestown Tarp Skunks' official mascot. To learn more about Plyler Entry Systems, call 716-296-0595 or visit plylerentry.com. So the Lizards are going to stick with Josh Martos for at least another few batters, as he is going to face the bottom, then the top of the Tarp Skunks order, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it's going to be Matranga, Harpalani, and McLean Banks to lead it off for the Tarp Skunks.
So 10 and then top. Tarp Skunks looking to see if they can add more onto their lead. They scored 3 in the first and then 3 again in the third. All good things come in threes, don't they?
That's what I've heard.
Threes and sevens. Threes and sevens. Maybe they could put up a 7 spot here this inning.
Sevens, the only thing I know sevens are good for is craps and slot machines.
And the first pitch to Austin Matranga is going to be low for ball 1. The left-handed hitter stepping into the plate. 5'7", 150, a freshman from Grand Canyon University. As his 1-0 pitch inside, having to jump back from that, counts now 2-0.
Yeah, Matranga flied out to center in his first at-bat.
As Martos comes set, and the 2-0. It's going to be on the outside corner, called for strike 1. And honestly, I like that holdup from Matranga. You know, Martos has struggled over the past inning plus. You're looking to wait and see. Make him give you something. As the 2-1 is fouled off of his ankle. Counts now 2-2.
Yeah, at this point, he's already pitched 2 innings worth of work, and he's only been out there for an inning.
Martos finds the sign he likes. Shaking off a couple. And the 2-2. Way outside and low in the dirt. Count is now full for Austin Matranga. Matranga trying to see if he can put himself on base, try and flip the book over to bring up the top of the order. As the payoff pitch swung on and hit over the Pew Crew on the left field side.
That one uncomfortably in our direction, but thankfully far away.
You fear too much. Live a little.
When you've been hit in the face as many times in your life with baseballs as I have.
The 3-2, and that's going to be ball 4, high and outside. And Matranga will do his job as the leadoff hitter to bring about the top of the order. And that is going to bring up Eli Harpalani once again.
Harpalani 1 for 2, walked to lead off the game, scored a run, and then grounded out to third back in the second.
Matranga off first. Martos finds the sign he likes, checks the runner. And the first pitch to Harpalani swung on and missed.
Harpalani taking that home run cut.
That's what I like to see, is that aggressive hitting. You know, 0-0, you're sitting dead red. Pickoff attempt over to Matranga, back in easily, no tag applied. You know, you want that aggression out of the top of the order to try and make something happen. As the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed again. That time it was more of a sword. I don't think that was the pitch that he was thinking it was going to be, and had to make a quick adjustment.
Yeah,
not to his favor.
Little late swing in the bat.
But now he's facing an 0-2 deficit. Matranga off first. And the pitch from Martos over his head. So that is now the 4th batter that I've seen that Martos has thrown at. I don't know if it's on purpose or accidental. I'm going to assume accidental.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything in any of these pitches that would indicate to me that's intentional.
The 1-2, runner goes, and that is going to be just foul. It just missed the base. I believe they called a hit and run there.
A good count to do it on, too.
On 1-2, Matranga had taken off, but we will do 1-2 yet again. We'll see if they decide to keep the hit and run attempt to try and move Matranga over. Martos comes set. Pickoff attempt over at first, and Matranga will slide in safely.
Yeah, Matranga's lead has been getting slightly larger every time he's leading off the bag. When the at bat first started, his lead foot was lined up at the cutout. Now it's about a foot past it.
as this pitch is fouled back, and we'll do 1-2 yet again. There is action over in the Lizards dugout. I'm actually excited to see what's going to happen. I just watched that pitcher in the bullpen say to the catcher, I'm going to throw a knuckleball. Maybe see a knuckler on the mound a little bit later. But the 1-2 pitch from Martos to Harpalani, low and away, counts at 2s apiece.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's just working on it in the bullpen. I don't know if it's a pitch that he would actually want to bring out in a game, especially when you consider you're already down to, you've given up 6 runs, you're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Is this really the time to experiment?
Well, we'll have to see what happens, as that pitch was also in the dirt, and Harpalani has worked this count to full. Tarp Skunks not wanting to give up without a fight in their at-bats, consistently fouling off pitch after pitch to find the one they liked. As the payoff pitch, and they're calling that a dead ball. They're calling it a balk.
I don't think they're wait. So we got some confusion.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm wrong. I believe they're calling pitch clock violation, because they're calling that ball 4, and they are giving Harpalani the base. So a very interesting scenario there. Looked like they called almost a pitch clock violation. Well, whatever it was a no-pitch ball 4. So now there are runners on first and second for the Skunks and nobody out. And that is going to bring up Brandon McLean Banks.
Oh for 2 on the day.
2 groundouts. Looking to see if he can put a ball in play, possibly get a run or 2 across. As the first pitch from Martos is going to get by the catcher, and that is going to roll to the backstop. And now we're in a great position for McLean Banks, as there are 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out. Martos really struggling at this point. The action in the bullpen for the Lizards is now heating up considerably from a couple of batters ago.
Dan, you have to wonder how long are they going to leave Martos out there kind of on an island by himself before they pull the trigger. Again, only 7 active pitchers on this roster, and they've gone through, this is their 3rd.
Martos comes set, and the 1-0 to McLean Banks is going to hit him. It's going to hit him in the hand, and that is going to load the bases. It looks like McLean Banks is okay. But now the bases are full of Skunks. The tarp has been pulled over the field as all 4 corners are covered in blue. And that's going to bring up number 48, Leo Doyle. Leo Doyle with a couple of RBIs to his name today. And a good position to do just that again with bases loaded and nobody out. As the first pitch swung on and hit over to short, going to be fielded by Stuckley. He only has a play over to first, so it is going to be a RBI ground out for Leo Doyle. So a runner will come across the plate, and is now 7-4 Skunks, and still in a great position as there's only 1 away, and runners on second and third for DJ Stoyanovich.
Yeah, for Stoyanovich, 2 for 2 today, scored twice, both singles, and had a stolen base.
So Martos comes set, and the first pitch to Stoyanovich is going to be in the dirt. Counts 1-0.
And the action stopping in the bullpen for the Lizards. I think whoever's been warming up down there is ready. I think they might try to see if Martos can get out of this one, because, again, they need someone who can go some distance here.
And the next pitch, It's going to be low and inside. Counts now 2-0. But one of the things that I've always questioned as a player, as like an assistant coach sometimes, as an umpire, how long do you leave them in before it becomes too long? Because that is something I've seen consistently where you just leave a pitcher in for way too long and too much damage has been done already. As the 2-0 swung on and hit high into right field, and the play is going to be made by Hartman, and it is going to be both runners are going to advance, and it's going to be a sacrifice fly for DJ Stoyanovich, but the runners will move, and the score is now 8-4 Skunks. And that is going to bring up Thomas Schroeder. Thomas Schroeder also with an RBI or two to his name today.
You were just asking how long do you keep Martos in before it goes too long. I was thinking Stoyanovich was going to be that point. With the line drive, you give Martos the extra inning now, or extra batter now with 2 outs.
So runner on third, McLean Banks at third, as the first pitch to Schroeder swung on and hit high into shallow left field. Rogers charging in, but the play is going to be made by Stuckley, and the inning will end there. But not before the damage was done, as 2 more runs come across the field for the Skunks, and the score is now 8-4. When we get back, I will be passing the mic back over to Dre to take over in the top of the 5th.
So top of the 5th inning starts here as Austin Kalsek begins his 2nd inning of work. He is going to face Snyder, Ross, and back at the top of the order, Johnson.
That will be his 3rd inning, good sir. He's seen 6 batters and knocked them all down.
3rd inning of work. Yeah, it's been so quick. Again, it all blends together.
Who needs caffeine here, me or you?
Everybody needs caffeine. First pitch is fouled back to the backstop, 0-1. Snyder had a 2-run single back in the 2nd inning in that 3-run outburst. Ooh, just off the catcher's mitt, inside 1-1. I thought that might have hit him for a second, but did not. Snyder also had a stolen base before being left on base. Pitch taken for a called strike. 1-2 now the count to Kalsek. The 1-2. High for a ball, 2-2. On deck, Gabe Roth. The extra hitter. Called strike 3, got caught window shopping at Nordstrom's. Didn't find what he likes and is going to find himself sitting back on the bench, and that is going to bring up Gabe Ross.
Caught
the extra
shopping
hitter.
at Nordstrom's. That's a good one. I'm going to have to use that.
It's all yours. Feel free. As Ross steps in, takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Grounded into a fielder's choice back in the second inning. Did drive in a run. As the pitch is grounded toward short, McLean banks with the long throw in time. And there are two away just that quickly. We go back to the top of the order. And Timothy Johnson, the center fielder.
Yeah, Kalsek has been as efficient as ever so far today. 8 batters faced, 8 batters sat back on the pine, and the Lizards are finding themselves with almost 3 straight goose eggs after scoring 4 runs in the first 2 innings.
As the first pitch to Johnson up high for a ball, 1-0. Yeah, the car started a little bit rough, but Kalsek has proven to be the fuel injector, cleaning out the engine. And it's been smooth sailing since the third inning as that one's fouled out of play and back.
Yeah, Kalsek is a senior, so he has no problems being on the mound as this is his last year of college.
And the pitch just outside for a ball, 2-1 the count.
I have a feeling that could have been a strike if the catcher Brooks was able to hold on to it. But unfortunately, it wasn't able to stick in his glove, so the umpire said, nope, you don't get it.
The 2-1. Ooh, just off the black on the inside, and now he's not getting either side of the plate. The pitch right down the middle for a called strike, 3-2, and the count is now full.
Yeah, Timothy Wright and the catcher Noah Brooks exchanging some words after that pitch was thrown. Timothy with a smile, so luckily there is some witty banter between the two teams.
As Kalsek kicks and throws, fouled straight back. He was on it, just a little under it, and we'll do it again. For Johnson, 0 for 2, grounded out to second, struck out in the second inning. Second baseman Matrenga playing back, and that is swung on and missed, strike 3, and the side is retired. Nothing doing, no runs, no hits, no runners left on base. After 4.5, it's the Tarp Skunks 8 and the Lizards 4. We'll be back in just a moment. Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by the Davies Investment Group in Painted Post, New York. In a world filled with financial choices, finding the right path can be daunting. But fear not, because Davies Investment Group, Benjamin F. Edwards, is here to guide you every step of the way. With over a century of combined experience, this dedicated team is committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. They take the time to understand your unique needs and aspirations, crafting personalized strategies designed to grow and protect your wealth. But they don't stop there. They collaborate with your trusted advisors to ensure a comprehensive approach tailored specifically to you. When it comes to your financial future, trust the experts of the Davies Investment Group of Benjamin F. Edwards. Contact Davies Investment Group today at daviesinvestmentgroup.com or visit them at 310 Town Center Road, Suite 201, Painted Post, New York, 14870. Davies Investment Group, member SIPC. New pitcher on the mound for the Salamanca Lizards. Matty G will tell you all about him.
The new pitcher is another native player. This is Gabe Roth. Gabe Roth hailing from Panama, New York, only about 20 to 30 minutes north of here. So he is no stranger to the historic Russell E. Dietrich Jr. Park. The 5'10", 190 right-handed pitcher, a sophomore out of St. John Fisher College out near Rochester. But we'll have to see what he does as Aiden Wallace steps to the plate. And Dre, take it away.
All right, bottom of the 5th inning. Here we go as Aiden Wallace steps in. Wallace 2 for 2 on the day so far. 3 RBI on the day, and the first pitch swung on. There's a ground ball to third and pass into left field, a base hit. Sharp line drive that went right over the glove of Marsh at third, and Wallace finds himself on base for the 3rd time today. 3 for 3, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Noah Brooks.
That they call third base a hot corner for a reason. That ball was an absolute rocket. A good attempt by Marsh to try and get a stop on that, as he was practically unable to do anything besides stick his glove out. But Aiden Wallace now 3 for 3 on the day after a single pitch seen.
As the pitch to Brooks hit him in the foot. And the hit by pitch parade continues. As that is, I believe, the 5th batter hit by a pitch in this game. I'll have to go back and double check it. The designated hitter, Julian Sauger, struck out looking back in the 1st inning, had a deep drive out to the warning track in left center field back in the 3rd inning. Now facing Roth, 2 runners on, nobody out, and then the first pitch. Swing and a miss. And a fastball up, and he was thinking 3-run jack.
Yeah, Sauger known to have that power, like 5'10", 215. If you've got the power and the size, use it.
Roth comes set. Swing, and there's a drive into left field, but hanging up there for Rogers as he makes the catch. And that'll be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, again, another good piece of hitting by Sauger. He's just kind of gotten unlucky as his hits have been hit hard, but just right at somebody, or at the warning track, which gave the center fielder Johnson ample time to track it down. Like, eventually he will get those down, and we will start to see Sauger pick up the pace a little bit.
Runners unable to advance. Still at 1st and 2nd, now 1 out. Tarp Skunks with a 4-run lead, and that ball is behind Kiefer all the way to the backstop. Both runners will advance on the wild pitch. And it's 1-0.
So Martos is not the only one to have the mechanical troubles on the mound, throwing balls behind the right-handed batter. These Lizards, I should say, need to find a way to be able to fix those mechanics quick if they don't want this lead to extend past 4 runs.
The 1-0 pitch. On the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Yeah, I'm wondering if that might have something to do with the way that their feet are planting on the mound.
It is very possible.
As the 1-1 pitch. Outside for a ball, 2-1.
Once again, I'm also receiving word really quick, stepping away from the game, that we are sounding much better. We were able to get the technical difficulties sorted out from last game and the beginning of this game. We apologize for that. We were trying to work on the fly, but I'm glad we were able to bring this game to you.
As the ball gets away from Schneider again, coming in to score on the wild pitch is Aiden Wallace, and it is now 9-4 Tarp Skunks.
Again, I don't give fault for that to the pitcher there. I don't give fault to Gabe Roth. I give fault to that one on Snyder. Unfortunately, that nicked off his glove. He wasn't able to hold it down And now the count's 3-1 with a runner on third.
And the pitch outside for a ball. And so Kiefer will take the walk. With runners at first and third, only one away. Austin Matrenga coming to the plate. Walked and scored his last time up. Flew out to center field in his first at bat. So officially 0 for 1 on the day. But has a chance to help pile on here. 9-4 as a snap throw over to first. Not in time. Now, where is your unwritten rule line when it comes to stealing bases? When do you turn that off?
10 runs plus.
10? Okay.
A 10-run difference. In my opinion, I'm always a big fan of merciless baseball. If you were going to play the game, you were going to play the game to show that you are a dominant force in the game. And they're showing it as another snap throw is over. He's safe there, Matranga. But, like, you look at the score that they had against the Newark Pilots, 9-2. A 7-run lead is enough of a commanding force to show that they have that power. And you want to be able to show that as often as possible to strike fear in your opponents to say, oh, God, we got to play the Tarp Skunks tomorrow?
Inside for a ball, 2-0 now to Matrenga. So not a unwritten rules guy then. Or at least when it comes to that.
To an extent.
As the 2-0 pitch taken right at the letters for a called strike, 2-1 the count. Austin Harpelani on deck. And the 2-1. Runner does not go. Ball is outside. 3-1. Pew crew making themselves known here tonight.
Oh, yeah. Pew crew as well as the other kids in the stands. As yet another walk is drawn.
And 3-1 pitch taken down for a ball. Ball 4, and that will load the bases.
Because I know that the 11U Gladiators baseball team, the 11U travel team, the Gladiators, are here tonight. I'm not 100% certain how many of them are here, but it is a very large kids crowd, and they are making themselves known as, again, bases are loaded.
And Matronga taking one on the inside has to turn away from it to avoid getting hit. Ball number 1.
Matronga's on first, good sir. This is Harpelani.
Or Harpelani. Sorry. My mind had drifted. So we'll get to that in just a second. The pitch outside for a ball. 2-0. Mind drifted. Just to remind you that if you're in the Jamestown area and you want to come check it out, make your plans to visit Dietrich Field today. Affordable baseball fun for the entire family. And the 2-2 swinging. There's a drive left center field. That one is going to get down and is going to score some runs. 1 run scores. 2 runs scores. Matronga into third with a slide. And into first base, Austin Harpelani with a 2-run single. And it's 11-4.
That is exactly what you want to see. Like, this has been an absolute dominant force, an absolute dominant showing from the Tarp Skunks tonight. Like, they have put up a crooked number in 4 out of the 5 innings that they've had when they're up to the plate, and that is exactly what you want to see. And there is yet again more action in the Lizards bullpen.
And so now Brandon McLean Banks with his 3rd plate appearance of the day. 0 for 2 hit by pitch back in the 4th inning. Has a chance to extract a little payback here, and the pitch outside for a ball. 2-0. At this point, this game is starting to get a little bit out of hand.
It's like they literally have, as another snapback over to Harpelani over at first, like, this game is looking very reminiscent, but almost in a mirror fashion of their opening night that they had against the Batavia Muck Dogs.
11 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Tarp Skunks. 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Lizards as the next pitch comes in for a strike, 2-1. McLean Banks set in. Swinging, there's a chopper down the third base line, foul. Matranga at third, Harpalani at first. 3 runs already in the bottom of the 5th inning with only 1 away.
McLean Banks standing on business right now as a business administration major, looking to see
if he can get that one over the head of the third baseman Marsh into left field. But Tronga's going to score. Harpalani's going to go all the way over to third. Into first with an RBI single is Brandon McLean Banks, and that'll bring up Leo Doyle.
Yeah, I got cut off there. Harpalani had taken off for second. It was almost a hit and run scenario, where as that ball got down, Harpalani was already at second, where he can just take it another 90 feet and go from first to third. And just like that, it is runners at the corners yet again, still only with 1 out, bringing up Leo Doyle, the 3-hitter.
Doyle waits first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Doyle on the day is 0 for 2. It's grounded into 2 fielders' choices. Both of them yielded an RBI as a snap throw over to first is too late. Also was hit by a pitch and scored in the 3rd inning. Has the stolen base, so an adventurous day for Doyle at the plate. As the pitch, well behind him for a ball. Good job that time by Snyder to keep it from going to the backstop. Otherwise, we'd be looking at a 9-run lead here, as it is 12-4 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Roth comes set, the pitch, runner goes, ground ball to third. Throw over to first is going to be scooped in and out of the glove of Booth. 1 run scores. Harpalani comes in. McLean Banks goes all the way back over to third. And Doyle on with the error on the first baseman. No RBI on that one.
Yeah, the Lizards everyone showing signs of defeat right now. The third baseman, Marsh, Lucas Marsh, with the throwing error there, immediately took his hat off and had his head down. This is not what you want to see if you're a Lizards fan, as all of the Lizards are showing signs of defeat right now. But the Tarp Skunks fans are making themselves known, as it is cheer after cheer, and it's only the 5th inning.
As DJ Stoyanovich steps in, takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1 for Stoyanovich. He's 2 for 2 today. Singled back in the 1st and 3rd, sacrifice fly back in the 4th inning. So his 4th plate appearance today. The pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2.
I will acknowledge a very good pitch sequence there from Gabe Roth, as he threw his first pitch off speed and then blew that one by him. Stoyanovich was extraordinarily late on that swing.
McLean Banks off third. Doyle off first. The pitch, ground ball to short. Off the glove on a bad hop from Stuckley. 1 run scores. Heading into third is Doyle. McLean Banks scores. And we'll see what the official scorer calls that one. It's 14-4.
They are calling that a fielding error on Stuckley. They did not count that as a clean hit, which honestly, I am with them on that one. The ball was definitely fieldable. That should have been the end of the inning, but Stuckley played it on his back foot. He didn't have the best angle on it, and it just rolled straight up his arm and over his shoulder. And all of a sudden, this coach is having to come out to the mound and call his entire infield in and say, guys, that is the second error this inning. What are we doing here? You guys need to calm down, get it together so that way we can get out of this. We're down by 10, so just have some fun, get out of the inning so we can go in and have some fun and play baseball, because this is very poor baseball. but the Lizards showing more signs of defeat as this lead is now extended out to 10.
14-4. Tarp Skunks still with only one out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Doyle off third, Stojanovic off first, and the first pitch to Thomas Schroeder is taken down for a ball.
This is actually the 4th straight batter this inning alone that we have seen runners at the corners.
10th batter to come to the plate as the next pitch in the dirt for a ball, 2-0. Aiden Wallace started this whole thing with a single, and he's on deck. 6 runs across here in the bottom of the 5th inning, 14-4. Tarp Skunks with the lead, 14 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 4 runs, 5 hits, 4 errors for the Lizards. And the pitch. Right down Broadway for a called strike, 2-1. As the 2-1 pitch way outside for a ball. 3-1 now the count to Schroeder. Reached on an error, had a 2-run double back in the 3rd inning as the next pitch comes inside for a called strike. 3-2 to Schroeder, 1 away. Runners take their lead, and the pitch. Swinging, there's a drive down the left field line, and it is going to fall for a base hit. Doyle will score. Heading over to second is Stojanovic, and with his 3rd RBI of the day, Schroeder finds himself at first. It's now 15-4.
This is starting to turn into more of a football score at this point. 7 runs scored in the 5th inning alone here. They have, in this inning alone, they are almost tied with the number of runs that they've scored throughout the rest of the game.
As the first pitch, high and tight to Aiden Wallace. Again, Wallace started off this inning with a solid single. It's almost that you start talking about their last at bat. All the way back in the 5th inning, we're still in the 5th inning. As that pitch is outside for a ball. 2-0, or 1-1. No, it is 2-0, okay. 2-0 pitch on the way. Oh, little excuse me, check swing roller. Roth will take it to the bag himself. That's going to look interesting to see a 1U on the scoreboard. Moving over to second, or make that moving over to second is Schroeder. Stojanovic to third.
This is still a very good opportunity for the Skunks here to possibly drive in 1, maybe 2, as the catcher Noah Brooks steps to the plate. He's looking to see if he can put a ball into the outfield and have it drop in to let both of those score. Make it 9 runs scored in the inning.
Yeah. Only 1 runner on base for the Tarp Skunks. That is Schroeder at second. As Brooks setting in. Pitch taken for a ball. 2-0 the count to Noah Brooks. Was hit by a pitch his last at bat. Walked in his first at bat and struck out swinging back in the 3rd. And the pitch. Swinging a foul at the plate. 2-1 the count. 2 away here. Bottom of a very long 5th inning. If you're a Salamanca Lizard. Swinging, there's a opposite field shot to right field, but right there is Hartman to put it away. But the massive damage has been done.
In the words,
7 runs on 2 hits. 1 runner left on base.
In the words of the man that did flex tape, flex glue, all of that sort of thing, as he said, now that's a lot of damage.
A lot of damage indeed, and here to call the 6th inning when we come back is going to be Matty G. We'll be back in just a moment. Yeah.
New pitcher on the mound for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. It is going to be Griffin Snyder. Griffin Snyder replacing Austin Kalsick. And here, some of the stats for Griffin: 5'10", 170, a redshirt junior out of Clarion University, hailing from Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. The right-handed pitcher, a financial math and actuarial science major. I have no idea what actuarial science is, but I'm assuming that he does, so I'm just going to let him handle that. Some of his stats: in 2024, he made 9 appearances for Clarion. He started 5 of them. He had 23 1/3 innings of work, 33 hits, 25 runs, only 18 of them earned, with a 6.94 ERA and a 21 walk to 17 strikeout ratio here. In his career, though, as he is a redshirt junior, he has multiple years: 26 appearances, 8 games started, 62 2/3 innings of work, 73 hits, 55 runs, only 39 earned, a 5.60 career ERA at Clarion, with 47 walks and 58 strikeouts. Griffin Snyder looking to continue this streak that Austin Kalsick had with 3 innings of work, 9 up, 9 down. So Snyder looking to see if he can pull up and continue that momentum, as there is a pinch hitter for the Lizards, Harley Hogue, up to the plate. Harley Hogue out of Hilbert College, as the first pitch is in the dirt and goes to the backstop, 1-0. So normally Dre would stick with calling this 6th inning, but he needs to be put on vocal rest after 7 runs were scored in the bottom of the 5th. As we go to the top of the 6th, that one's in there for Harley for a strike.
Well, you know, I don't want to hog all the fun.
Harley hailing out of Salamanca, New York, so he is right at home with the Salamanca Lizards. As the 1-1 swung on and ripped right over at the Tarp Skunks dugout. It was Kobe Jones over in the dugout that nearly got drilled by that. But with the foul ball, counts now 1-2. As Snyder comes set, and his delivery swung on and missed. They got him. A swing and strikeout. Good sequence there by Griffin Snyder. So that is now 10 straight batters retired for the Salamanca Lizards.
Actually, if you want to go all the way back to the 2nd inning, Salamanca had put up those 3 runs before the first out of the inning, and then ended it consecutive 3 straight. So it's 13
then
in a row set down by the Tarp Skunks.
As that first pitch is in there for a strike to Mitchell McKinney. Mitchell McKinney, another pinch hitter for the Lizards. So 13 straight batters retired by the Tarp Skunks, setting the Lizards on the pine. As the pitch to Snyder, pitch from Snyder just misses the outside corner. Count is now 1-1 to Mitchell McKinney. Mitchell McKinney went to JCC. He is a sophomore out of Beamsville, Ontario, Canada. So the Canadians 1-1. Swung on and fouled into the press box. Was the catch made? The catch was not made, unfortunately. It just missed us. The left-handed hitter just missed us. Those are getting closer now, Dre.
Yeah, thankfully I didn't see that, so I'm not having a PTSD flashback.
As the 1-2 swung on and missed, they got him. 14 straight Lizards retired, as that pitch was a high fastball that he swung right underneath. Yet again, another good sequence
And
As-
4 of the last 5 outs for the Lizards have come via strikeout.
And that is going to bring up Lucas Feldman. Feldman, another pinch hitter for the Lizards. Swing and a miss. Feldman from Campbell, New York, from Genesee Community College, a sophomore there. As the 0-1, swing and a foul back to the backstop. And the count is now 0-2. Looking to see if they can make it 15 straight. As Snyder finds the sign he likes. And the wheel and deal. Swing and a miss. 3 straight Ks for Griffin Snyder, as there is now 15 straight Lizards that have been sat down by the Tarp Skunks pitching. As we come back a little bit, as the Skunks lead 15-4. Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Prevention Works and Casa Trinity. Prevention Works in Jamestown, New York provides substance use prevention and social, emotional, learning, and intervention services since 1974. Casa Trinity is dedicated to empowering those on their path to recovery. Hope begins here, and recovery is possible. Both Prevention Works and Casa Trinity are pairing up to educate communities on the dangers of fentanyl that's getting too close to home. One pill is enough to kill, especially if it contains fentanyl. It only takes 2 milligrams to save a life, which equates to the tip of a pencil. Be proactive and protect your loved ones by learning more. Visit dea.gov/onepill if you think someone you know is at risk, or call 716-664-3608. Is a new pitcher on the mound for the Lizards. When we get the note, we will let you know.
Can't tell you staying in the game and playing second base is going to be Harley Hogue. Also staying in and now at shortstop, Mitchell McKinney.
Harley Hogue has moved to left field. Maxwell Rogers has moved to second.
Well, he changed things on me because when Hogue came out, he stood down. He was standing there at second, stretching, looking like he was ready to go.
And the new pitcher on the mound is going to be Zarin Tucker. Zarin Tucker, also a local native from Salamanca, New York. The sophomore from Jamestown Community College is going to be facing Julian Sauger to lead off, as the first pitch is swung on and hit high and over the press box and over towards the concession area.
That one came uncomfortably close to this direction for a right-handed hitter. I think they heard you talking in the dugout and said, challenge accepted.
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting to make that catch. As the 0-1 is swung on and missed. Sauger was way ahead of that pitch. As Zarin Tucker, 5'8", 210. A couple of bigger guys at the plate and the dish, as the 0-2 way high. Ended up hitting the backstop on the fly. Didn't touch the ground previous. But the count's now 1-2 to Julian Sauger. Julian Sauger, a couple of good hits so far today, but both of them have been tracked down in the outfield. As the 1-2 in the dirt, counts now 2s apiece.
Sauger looking to get his first hit of the ball game. Struck out looking back in the first, flied out to center in the third, and to left in the fifth.
The 1-2 swung on and missed. He Ks, and that is going to be the first out of the inning for Zarin Tucker, as Zarin Tucker is now going to face number 4, Connor Kiefer. Kiefer, the left fielder today, looking to see if he can become the leadoff hitter and possibly tack on more runs that they've already had today.
0 for 1 on the day, flied out to left field back in the third, walked and scored his last time up.
That first pitch was just on the inside corner. Counts 1-0. Tucker finds the sign he likes, and the wheel and deal. Down the heart of the plate, counts now 1s apiece.
Austin Matrenga on deck for the Tarp Skunks. And then back to the top of the order.
And the 1-1 in the dirt. And Kiefer goes up 2-1. So the 2-1 count. And Tucker wheels and deals. High counts now 3-1. I will acknowledge Kiefer being a smaller stature at only 5'9", a little bit of a harder strike zone to hit. With a 3-1 count. And the pitch. On the inside corner, called strike 2, and the count is now full. Interesting scenario here for Kiefer. 3-2, 1 out, nobody on, as the sunset over on the left field side looks absolutely beautiful over historic Russell E. Dietrich Park. As the payoff pitch in the dirt, ball 4, and Kiefer is aboard, and that'll bring up Austin Matrenga.
Yeah, for Kiefer, that's his second walk in as many at-bats.
I also want to give a shout-out to Chris Paget for helping us out with some of the names. We apologize. We won't screw those up again as Matrenga steps up to the plate. Runner gets checked by Tucker. And the pickoff attempt made, but Kiefer back standing up.
Infield playing in double play depth. Outfield shading slightly to the right, with the center fielder Johnson playing to the first base side of the bag.
First pitch from Tucker is in there for strike 1.
Matrenga also with 2 walks on the day. Scored both times back in the 4th and 5th inning.
As his next pitch is chop foul. They're calling it an actual play. Matrenga didn't run. He thought it was off his ankle because of the sharp angle that it had on it. But at a situation like this, the runner will move over. But in a situation like this, if you're the Tarp Skunks, you don't want to argue with the umpire. You already have an 11-run lead at this point.
Yeah, that's just rubbing salt in the wound at that point. But still, you know, even once you make contact, until you hear the umpire actually make the call foul, you got to run that out.
I agree with you there. As Eli Harpelani back to the top of the order, Eli steps up to the plate, checks the runner at second, and the pitch swung on and hit high and deep into center field. It's going to be tracked down by Timothy Johnson, and that is going to be the 3rd out of the inning. No runs around this inning as 7 runs were put up in the 5th. So the Skunks were held to 0 as we go to the top of the 7th. Score still 15-4, Skunks favor. So Griffin Snyder will stay out on the mound for the Skunks as we head to the top of the 7th. And from what I can see, the Tarp Skunks have entered into party mode as they've begun to play the song Party Till We Die. So the Skunks in a very casual situation at this point, as they're kind of sitting comfortably with an 11-run lead and still with 3 innings left to play. As the first pitch from Snyder swung on and missed. That was a heavy heater fastball and a hearty swing. But ultimately it was blown by him. As the next pitch is going to be swung on and chop over to first base, over to Snyder. He's going to field it himself, and it's going to be a 1-3 putout. And that is now 16 straight Lizards that have been put down. As that is going to bring up Andrew Hartman. Andrew Hartman, the lefty from Bethel, Connecticut, looking to see if he can end this skid of 16 straight Lizards that have been put out, as that pitch is inside for ball 1.
Hartman 1 for 2 today. Singled and scored back in the second inning. Grounded out to second back in the fourth. His 3rd plate appearance of the afternoon.
As that pitch is high and outside. Counts now 2-0. Snyder comes set. And the wheel and deal. Over the heart of the plate. 2-1 the count now.
That was a nice pitch, especially on a pitcher's count. Down 11 and taking on a 2-0 count.
The 2-1. Swung on and missed. That pitch low and away. Got Hartman to chase. The count's now 2-2. As Snyder comes set. And the delivery. Fouled back. The catcher, Brooks, had his glove on it but couldn't hold on. And we will do 2-2 all over again.
Yeah, it looked like it tipped off the top of his glove and into his face mask.
That's why you wear a face mask.
Oh, I can tell you.
The 2-2. Called strike 3. He got him. Let me tell you, Hartman did not like that call. He had check swung on that, didn't think that it was on the edge of the plate, but it ended up catching the black, and he has been sent down. And that is now 17 straight?
17 straight batters.
And that is going to bring up Maxwell Rogers. Fun fact, Maxwell Rogers is actually a switch hitter, so he is going to bat righty for this at-bat. As that first pitch is fouled back to the backstop.
Rogers on the day 0 for 1 officially, walked back in the second and scored. Also grounded back to the pitcher back in the fourth.
As the next pitch to Rogers is going to be high. Counts 1-1. So Snyder comes set as I hear a bunch of kids downstairs singing Country Roads. The 1-1 pitch is going to hit Rogers in the elbow. Luckily, he had an elbow guard that kept him from taking that too harshly. And that will end the streak of 8 of 17 straight Lizards retired from the Tarp Skunks pitching.
Yeah, that's a rough way to break that streak, but an incredible run since all the way back with nobody out in the second inning. 3 straight there, and then all the way here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th.
First pitch to Lucas Marsh is swung on, hit off of him in the box for a foul ball.
For Marsh, also 1 of 2 today. Walked in the first inning, scored, struck out in the fourth.
As the next pitch from Snyder just missed the outside corner. Counts even at 1s. So Rogers off first, 1-1, 2 out. As a pitch from Griffin. Swung on and hit over to first base, but foul. Count is now in Snyder's favor, 1-2. Skunks looking to end the top of the 7th here without putting a runner in scoring position. And the pitch. Swung on and hit over to second. Fielded clean by Matranga. And it's going to be a put out, and that's going to end the inning. So another 0 inning. And it is going to end the game on mercy rule. Because it is 10 runs after 7 innings, if the Skunks are leading 10 runs after 7, then it is going to end the game there. So the Skunks will end the game early. Final score 15-4, and it is an absolute dominant showing by the Tarp Skunks here today, Dre.
Yeah, absolutely dominant all up and down the road. It started off a little slow in the top of the first inning, giving up a run in the top of the first, coming back with 3 in the bottom of the first inning. Pitching still at the start of the game a little bit shaky, but once the Tarp Skunks dug in, they had an offensive explosion, 12 runs from the 3rd inning on, and a early end to a excellent showing by the Jamestown Tarp Skunks here tonight.
Yo, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. This looked like a completely brand new team from the first game on opening night against the Batavia Muck Dogs. I mean, they only put up 3 runs against them there, and now they put up 15 against the Salamanca Lizards pitching. So, Dre, hopefully that momentum is going to stick, especially considering they put up 9 runs against the Newark Pilots in Newark just a couple nights ago.
Yeah, tomorrow against the Olean Oilers, 6:30 our first pitch. It is Jamestown Tarp Skunk